up, guys? How y'all doing? I have returned for another recap video, and this time it is regarding the last University of Hawaii men's basketball game, and that was against Central Arkansas on December 3rd. You've already seen some shots from my B-roll that I took with my phone, which is charging right now. And I will go ahead and say right now that that was an unbelievable performance by the University of Hawaii and Central Arkansas for that matter. And as you're seeing on this graphic here, UH came out on top, the winners, 95 to 76. 95 to 76. That's how it went. So let's get started. Okay, Central Arkansas. You may have seen my prediction video. I thought that they were going to win by at least 8 points. And I said 8 points or more. And as it turns out, I was right. But they definitely exceeded my expectations and then some, because I did not expect Central Arkansas to come in kind of lackadaisical in any way. But I'll tell you this. The way that they played tonight for a 1-8 squad, now 1-9 after this Sunday night's game, from what I saw from Central Arkansas, that looked like a team that should be 6-0. Okay? But then again, give Central Arkansas credit, because apparently they have had some higher power opponents, because I have found out during the presser that they had lost to Vanderbilt by 4 points. Okay? Losing by 4. I don't know what team they won against, but you know what? If they lose by 4 to a team like Vanderbilt, that's a pretty big statement. If they were able to keep close with them, that's an even bigger statement. If they actually led, just as much. But anyway, from what I saw from Central Arkansas, they have a lot of quality shooters on their team, because they made 7 triples in the first half and then only 2 in the second half. But UH, oh man, it was raining threes for UH and Central Arkansas for that matter. Because as I said, Central Arkansas, they made 7 of them. UH in the first half, they made 9 triples. And then in the second half, they made 5. UH I'm talking about, for a total of 14 triples. And that was like, holy crap. I was thinking the same thing, because 5 of those triples went to Juan Munoz, and they were all in the first half. And I have to say that Juan is really showing that he's ready to go, and he is getting closer and closer to being fully over that Achilles injury that knocked him out of last season. Excuse me. Because, like I said, Juan hit 5 triples. He was 5 for 5 for that night. He had 17 after the first half. Unfortunately, he only got 2 points in the second half for 19 total. But that was a very loud 19 points, let me tell you.
We just needed to take smart shots, good shots, open shots, and it was just.
As you've seen already by one of my videos, I do have Munoz's 5 triples all fused into one video. And I thought next to Juan, the next guy that was the guy for UH that was next in line for 3-point shooting was by far Noel Coleman, because he made 4 of them. And Noel, of course, led everybody with 25 points for UH and Central Arkansas, which is why I'm definitely giving them an A+ grade, because UH came in completely prepared. They looked like they were rested and ready to go, especially after kind of a lethargic performance against Utah. But give Utah credit, because they're in the Pac-12, and they got facilities that would certainly put certainly put the University of Hawaii to shame, and a lot of other schools for that matter. But anyway, I'm not going to go into that detail. But the fact is that this team, Central Arkansas, reminded me a lot of the perennial frontrunners in the Big West Conference, like Santa Barbara, Long Beach State, and UC Irvine, because those guys are fast paced, and we were just quicker. But when we hit a run in that first half, thanks to Juan's 5 triples, that pretty much put Central Arkansas out of sorts. And they were getting really, really desperate. I mean, they cut the gap to 9 at one point in the second half, but that was the closest they could get. But I think another thing that really threw Central Arkansas completely out of whack was this triple by Javon McClanahan at the buzzer at the end of the first half. Look at this. And I'll tell you what, if that triple does not hit the criteria for an ESPY award, I'm going to be going completely nuts, okay? Because that was ESPY material in my book. Because for Javon to throw that up completely off balance, and although its foot had stepped on the line, fortunately the ref did not call that. It was a hell of a shot for sure. And although, unfortunately, Javon did not score in the second half, he had 6 for that night. He had a couple of triples. He hit them both, and he ended up with 6 that night. But wow, that's McClanahan's 4th buzzer beater in the last 2 seasons. And I got to tell you, I'm looking at this, McClanahan was actually 2 for 3 from three-point range. But still, he was 2 for 4 from the field. But both of his field goals were 3-point shots, including that one where he had almost gotten off balance, completely off balance, and actually almost fell into one of the courtside seats. But the fact that he was able to throw that in, that's proof in my mind that Javon McClanahan is going to leave behind a long legacy at the University of Hawaii, because he's going to be a great player to have worn the H. And I believe that he and Noel Coleman are going to go down in history as 2 of the greats to wear the H, as Coach Aranganat puts it. And here's what Bernardo da Silva had to say about McClanahan sinking that triple.
I mean, honestly, I feel like at this point it's what he does. Like, too many buzzer beaters, so I feel like whenever he shoots at the end of the half, we expect to go in.
Yeah, they were not surprised. But if there's one thing that triple did, that McClanahan triple did, that really ignited another spark, because next to Munoz's 5 triples, that buzzer beater from McClanahan certainly gave UH a lot of energy for the second half. And although it took them a little bit to really find that flow, once they found that flow, they were able to have clear sailing from that point on. And by the way, as an extra bonus, check out this triple from Akira Jacobs, as he got in the record books with his first field goal as a Rainbow Warrior. Yeah, don't doubt that I'm going to be talking about Akira Jacobs down the line. If not this season, then certainly next season. Because Akira is a good shooter. I just hope that he has that chance to prove it. If he can shoot from that range, he's a quality shooter. He's going to be a quality shooter. And I think that he's going to flourish just like Harry Ruliadef is, and just like especially what we're seeing from Javon McClanahan and what we've seen from Noel Coleman these last 3 or 4 years since he first came here in 2020. But still, Akira Jacobs, shout out. So anyway, obviously, as I said, I would give them an A+ for this game, because that was probably the most energetic I'd ever seen the Rainbow Warriors look all year long. Okay? And the fact that they were up 54-43 after the first half is solid proof in my mind that the University of Hawaii came ready to go. Now, they won the second half again, 41-33, for the final arithmetic of 95-76. And that was a big statement to come from behind from 7 down, because Central Arkansas had a 7-point lead at one point. And I thought, oh boy, I think this is going to be different. But they got a hell of a lot of resilience in their corner. Make no mistake about it. So obviously, we've got a big task ahead with Division II Hawaii Pacific University, but you can't take them lightly, especially other Division II schools of Hawaii like Hilo. We faced off against them. Chaminade, we faced off against them. We won by convincing margins. But a couple of seasons ago, Hilo actually took down Northern Colorado in the Rainbow Classic. And although Northern Colorado was declared the Rainbow Classic champs, de facto champs, the fact that Hilo took them down when Manoa couldn't take them down is a big statement in itself. And shout out to the guys at Hilo and Kaniala Iona, the head coach there. But as far as Central Arkansas is concerned, they came to play, because they got 2 quality shooters in Johannes Kirsipuu and Tucker Anderson. And Tucker Anderson was certainly a big pain in the butt. And although he had 11 in the first half, did better in the second half with 12. He had 23 for the game to lead Central Arkansas. had a hard time holding them down, but they had a big enough lead to where they probably could afford it. But you know what? If I'm the team, if I'm head coach Ganot right now, I'm talking to the team and telling them, hey, we did great, but we got things to clean up on. And he had told Scott Robbs at halftime of Spectrum that he would like to see, that Ganot would like to see a lot more defense. They did that in the second half, because they got some quality blocks here, like this one from Morsek, and I got another one from Bernardo da Silva. So anyway, you know what? The fact that we came through with 4 blocks as compared to Central Arkansas's 1, and that was from Glory Etim. That's proof that we came. That's another ounce of proof that we came a lot more prepared than they did. And another thing that we did really well in turnovers. had 8 turnovers, 3 in the first half, 5 in the second half. That tells me that was probably the most steadiest that they looked. And they are just about close to answering every question in the book regarding how they're going to do during Big West Conference play. Because as I said before, that's when the real season starts. Because we proved it in the first half with those 3 turnovers committed. We made 20 field goals of 33 to shoot over 60%. And we even held the Bears to 33% in the second half. They made only 10 field goals. made 13 to shoot 52%. And from 3-point range, Central Arkansas, they were 2 for 11, 18%. Whereas in contrast with us, we were 5 for 11 at 45.5%. Okay. So that's proof we got quality shooters, whether it's Juan Munoz, Noel Coleman, Justin McKoy, or to a point, Tom Beatty. And I got one from Tom Beatty here that actually turned out to be a 2. So look at this. And I'll tell you what, although you did hear the announcer say that it was a 3-point shot, it actually turned out to be a 2-point shot. But you know what? I think that should have been a 3. It should have been ruled a 3 for sure. Because although I think the shadow of the very tip of his shoe was covering the line, but oh well. I mean, the refs ruled it a 2. I mean, obviously some of the fans at UH are not going to agree with that. I'm one of them, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, they make the calls. We got no power over them. So obviously we're going to have to treat it like any other game, at least the next one anyway. And I will make a prediction video later in the week about that. So anyway, guys, that's all for today. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more recap videos and prediction videos, or even some of my Press Your Luck games, my game show games that I'm going to do a little more often. So you want to see any of those, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button. I got my channel remonetized on December 1st, and I want to be able to keep it. And the only way that I'm going to be able to keep it is if you hit the subscribe button. So make sure you do that, and I'll see you all in the next video. And like I said, remember, subscribe. I'll catch you all later. So thanks, guys. Malama Poner, everyone.